Welcome. You are now tuned in with Eyesonpodium podcast. We blacked out today. We just wanted to do something new. So we went blacked out. It may change next pod. It may not. Who knows? Who cares? Roll to the NBA Finals. That's where we at.
Exciting playoffs.
Exciting playoffs. Some unpredictable stuff happened. Some very predictable stuff happened. All of these have ramifications on the off season. Some people are already fishing in Cancun. Some people out, in Bali. You know what I'm saying? But they're not in the playoffs. That's my point.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
So, let's get into it. Eyesonpodium, we got the best intro, outro music. Like, comment, subscribe.
Woo!
Hold on.
I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time and place, we can talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next June, need 5 rooms, soundproof. Watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out here. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it. I go John Moran and give all of my homies rollies. I'm a hot pig, rolling with me, gon' be low-key. Best believe it's more of us, but today I'm dolly. Grab me by the hand, damn, she don't even know me. Open, hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed them. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. Yeah. Shh, no one should be talking, eyes on podium. Yeah, look, open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed them. Catch me out.
Dallas up 3-1 on the T-Wolves. Who would have thought? They've been one of the best. They've been one of the best teams since the trade. They're another team that's probably primed for a good run. Yeah. Luka Doncic with 5 NBA all first team. That's a big feat. I expect him to be here every single year, especially with a dynamic point guard or dynamic guard scoring option like Kyrie Irving.
Right.
And J Kidd is coaching his ass off because that's really what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It's so interesting with the Dallas Mavericks. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen a team that can play fast break basketball and half court basketball in this way. And they have Kyrie for the outbound. Go ahead. If you don't got it, we could go half court. Give it to Luka. I credit them for playing this style of basketball. I've never seen. I don't remember seeing it. I can't recall off the top of my head, but their play against the T-Wolves at that is just it's beautiful. It's hard to practice stopping one style, let alone 2 styles.
Mm-hmm. Chris, come on, you know how we do it, bro. This is like the new inside the NBA, bro. 1, 2, 3. You know how we do it.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely speaks to the versatility of their roster. You know,
starting on YouTube. We're not on YouTube, HB.
What?
Yeah, it speaks to the versatility of their roster. They could go big, they could go small.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know if it was on. They could go big, they could go small, and then they have the versatility with their two combo guards, Kyrie and Luka. You know, missed the first half and missed the second half. But yeah, I said it before. You know, I said that they the acquisitions they've had over the trade deadline have really propelled them to this contention. But my feelings on the series though is the T-Wolves let this slip away. You know, they had more than enough opportunity. I was looking at a very interesting stat. Within the last 5 minutes of every single game, from games 1 to 4, the Timberwolves had a fourth quarter lead. You know, and they finally were able to close out a game in game 4, but you know, you might have just dug yourself in such a in too deep of a hole. I mean, you're facing NBA history right now, you know.
Right.
You know, we're just hoping it happens once. Like, who's gonna be that team that can overcome this feat in NBA history? You know,
Right.
do I think it will be the Timberwolves? I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think Dallas is that good. I don't see them losing 4 straight to the Timberwolves. They would just have to play out of their minds. Cat has been struggling a lot. I mean, he finally had a good game last game, but he's struggling to staying out of foul trouble. He's in foul trouble like every game. And Edwards has his moments where he's high and low. He falls into the shadows and he's not as aggressive as he should be. But without those two guys doing what they do best and being aggressive, I don't see the Timberwolves having a chance. Karl Anthony Towns is settling for way too many threes. You have PJ Washington guarding you. You need to put him in the post and get to work, get him in foul trouble, you know, and make them have to make adjustments down the stretch of a game, you know. But I don't see the T-Wolves making it out. I think their window for opportunity has closed. Especially after not like forever. I'm just saying about this series. Like,
oh, you think it's done?
Yeah, I think it's over. We fighting. Let me say this: if it happens that they make the history and come back, it wouldn't be. I mean, obviously it will be shocking, but it wouldn't be shocking because again, like they were in every game. Like they had an opportunity to win every single game.
Right.
Like it wasn't like it's not like Dallas is just handing it to them.
Right.
You know, it's a competitive. Looking at the series, the number 3-1, you wouldn't think it's a competitive series, but it has been.
Yeah,
it's come down to like last possessions. You know, Timberwolves just haven't been able to close it out, and again, they've just dug themselves into too deep of a hole where, again, you're just fighting NBA history right now. It's just tough. It's tough.
I mean,
tough to do.
I mean, what the last time I remember somebody coming from 3-1 in a Western Conference Finals or in the conference finals was the Warriors coming back on
Thunder.
On the Thunder.
Oh, OKC.
However, they didn't win 4 straight. Okay? They didn't win 4 straight. They got a game on their home floor. And then they were down 3-1 and then end up winning the next 3. For the Timberwolves to win 4 straight on the Mavs, they would need an injury, in my opinion. They're just gassed. And Cat has lost mentally. That last interview I seen him when he was in the dressing room or outside, he wasn't at the podium. I don't know where he was at, but he wasn't at the podium.
Yeah, he was hiding.
Saying he take 1,500 shots a day. It's like, bro, you take, like, you don't have to give us the amount. You don't even have to tell us that you work hard on your game. We know you're in the Western Conference Finals. You don't get here by not working hard on your game, bro. Why are you defensive about that?
See, I got to be better. And
that's it. Yeah. So you're not even mentally where you need to be. I'm like, oh, he's cooked. So now coach has to do the thing. You got to pull him. Naz Reid.
He has been too. I mean,
he has been pulling him.
Didn't he pulled him in what, like game 2 or something, right?
Game 2 he pulled him, and in game 3 he was out and he put him back in.
But it's been foul trouble as well. So it's been him pulling them and foul trouble.
He's not there
and
next year.
struggling.
He's not there next year.
Yeah. A thing too. Also, I believe this is the first game that Chris Finch had was actually standing up.
It don't matter. So, they just beat the Denver Nuggets when Chris Finch was in the second row. So it don't matter. Right. None of that matters. It's literally because they are gassed from giving it all in the 7-game series to the defending champs. That's what happened.
But that can't be an excuse because Dallas just gave all they had in a 7-game series against OKC. Can't be that can't be an excuse. Yeah. That can't be an excuse. It's 22 years old. You cannot be gassed. Can't be
all this, and it's not even Dallas's defense. It's just the players themselves. They're missing their shots. They're not making the shots that they take. They're not comfortable. It's crazy to see. And you would say, oh well, he's a two-way player, so if he's not getting on offense, he's getting on defense. They're going up against Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. There's no stopping those two.
And then he was talking smack to begin the series.
They have to put the ball. They have to put the ball.
Who's that?
To win?
Ant-Man. Yeah, I mean, so what Henry was just saying, it's like it's Luka and Kyrie. Yes, exactly. And you were saying, yo, Kyrie, my matchup.
Yeah.
Now you a step slow.
I don't know what it is about Anthony Edwards. I don't know what it is about Anthony Edwards, but his attitude is infectious, and I believe in him.
No, I love it.
I believe in him. I love his positive energy.
Wins or losses, Ant is taking accountability. Yeah. He's holding his head high, and it looks like he just looks at the details like, I know they can't beat us. Yeah. So it's like, why am I even getting upset? And I know they can't beat us.
It's something as small as the shots that they're just missing shots. That's the crazy part. That's all it is.
I think it's more than that. I think they haven't, the Timberwolves haven't figured out a productive lineup, and then the best their best players are bench players, right? Yeah. It's Kyle Anderson and Naz Reid outside of Ant-Man, right? Like, you need to play Rudy Gobert. You need to play Cat, right? Those are your max players, but those are not your max producers right now. It's not their series.
And Gobert is killing them in that pick and roll. Like,
he's killing them. So it's like
Luka Kyrie pick and roll he's lunch.
Just get him out the game.
Hooked.
Take him out. Naz Reid is shooting amazing right now. And I'm not saying that Cat is better than Naz Reid is better than Cat, because he's not. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Cat is in the freezer. You're not keeping Cat next season. He's gone. You're not keeping him.
Think so?
100%.
I mean, on the bright side, he played pretty well yesterday. He did. He played well. I mean, granted, the foul trouble.
That's our fault.
But he played well.
I think Cat and Naz Reid got to be out there together if you're gonna have them out there together.
I think so. I think that works too.
And the thing, Cat too, with Cat, it's not like he's going for the block. It's stupid fouls.
He's not
always stupid fouls. Always stupid fouls. Stupid fouls. And it's not one, okay. It's a bunch. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch. Usually 4 of his fouls are stupid fouls.
Yep.
Are stupid fouls. You don't need you. They need you on the floor. Mm-hmm. Your best ability is availability.
Mm-hmm. Even when he fouled out, it was like, come on, bro. You know that was a foul. Like, and he's holding
on the Luka one. When Luka caught the N1.
On the 3, no, that was Ant. That was Ant.
What? No, it was on Cat, because Cat held his hands up and they didn't count the foul. They didn't count the 3. When they won, he fouled them, and they said it was on the ground.
Oh.
The 4th game, he had fouled them, and they said it was on the floor. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
It's just inexcusable.
think-
He just got to be better.
Yeah.
Do y'all think whoever comes out of this series is the face of the league, or that's finals talk?
Finals talk. Because when you look at the because when you look at the finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have three options right now. You're looking at Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, and Luka Doncic. Those are three names that have been circulating with that face of the NBA talk. So it's whoever comes out of this finals is like fighting for face of the league.
I think even if Tatum wins, he still don't get it.
Yeah,
because everybody was injured, and I know you play who you play, and availability is the best ability, and injuries is a part of it.
Right.
But we still don't look at the Toronto Raptors championship like, yeah, the Toronto Raptors went crazy. Like, we just don't. Like, we don't even remember that they was there. Right? So it's like, yeah, you might win. Y'all might win, but it's not that respected because one y'all had the best.
They have to win.
Huh?
They have to win.
They have to win. So it's like, I don't know. I think the storylines is gonna be going. But yeah, the storylines is gonna be going about Boston versus Kyrie.
That's what I'm looking forward to, right there. They already started the
Dallas.
Kyrie, they already started the F Kyrie chants,
right?
So he's busting out the sage as soon as he gets there.
He's busting out the
stage in the field.
Now that series is a great narrative because you got to also look at KP, who didn't work out for him in Dallas, and now look how much he's bringing to Boston.
Yeah,
and it worked out for both, and it worked out for both teams.
Yeah,
it did.
He went there, finals. He went there, finals.
We don't know yet. Don't call it.
We don't know yet.
Yeah,
we don't know.
You're right.
Ant-Man got something to say. I think
he said, "I'll be back. I'll be back in Game 6 in Dallas."
I believe in Ant. His attitude is infectious.
I definitely believe in Ant. It's Cat and Rudy. I don't believe in.
So HB, I do want to say this. According with this series, if Ant-Man comes out of this series,
he's the man.
He's the face of the league.
He's the man.
Yeah,
he's the man.
He's the face of the league.
He's the face of the finals.
Yeah, he could lose the finals.
Yeah, he lose the finals.
He has done something that nobody on this planet has ever done.
If he comes out of this series, he can. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what happens in the finals.
Nobody has ever overcame 3-0.
Win 4 straight? No.
Nobody's ever done that.
That would be crazy.
Face. These the face. Like plaster it.
And then Luke is getting destroyed. The whole off season.
Destroyed.
The whole off season.
He don't be in America during the summer, so it's not going to affect him. He don't. He really don't be in America. He out.
I would not want to be on that side of history, bro.
So we talking about it. Boston swept the Pacers. How impressive was their victory?
I mean, to me personally, I don't think it was that impressive because obviously the Pacers were, they were battling their injuries, which I don't feel bad for. I don't feel bad for them because now they got a taste of what it feels like.
Oh yeah, quick quote from Halliburton. He said, "What he learned from these playoffs was that the healthier team wins."
So basically, he was saying if the Knicks were healthy, he wouldn't even be there. So
he even goes further back to the Bucks.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. He would he would have been packed first round. But yeah, again, it wasn't that impressive. I mean, I felt like Boston should have won the series. Yeah. Everyone expected them to win the series. After game again with the injuries, it made it a little easier because Indiana actually impressed me more than I thought. What game one when Boston came out with that punch, and the way Indiana responded so well, I was like, this is a team for the future. Like they got a high upside. You know, looking forward to seeing them next year. But yeah, it was impressive. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't have been a sweep if Pacers were healthy. I think Pacers would have been able to get 1-2 games off.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
but yeah, it wasn't too impressive to me. Boston should have did this, especially with the injuries. I felt like they were coming out of series regardless, but with the injuries, they should have swept them.
I'm impressed with Game 4. Usually that's the hardest game, the closeout game. You can't really you have nothing to play for because you'll be playing for another game and on the Pacers side, if they don't bring it, they're going home. So for them to still do that with the Pacers playing, they played great that fourth game to not get bounced. So I'm impressed with the fourth game because that it's very hard to close out. It's very hard to close out on the road at that.
And the Pacers played well game 3 and 4 without Tyrese.
Yeah.
They played both games came down to the wire.
Nembhard getting the contract. What's his name? The defender.
Naismith.
Naismith getting the contract. So yeah, they gotta sign Pascal back and they'll be good to go.
Yeah, I think I believe I heard somebody.
Naismith is locked up for 3 years.
And somebody said Pascal was like, "Oh, go ahead, HB."
Nembhard got a team option next season.
They said Pascal was like, I think this series like 18 for 25 in the mid range.
Oh, he was balling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, his spin, he pushes his shoulder into your chest. Your chest, you fall back a little bit. He leans back. His arms are long enough to just throw it in.
I said he should have came to the Knicks, but y'all said no.
No, Randall's better. Julius Randle's better. And if OG didn't get hurt in game 2, we wouldn't be having a conversation about Pascal Siakam. Because he had him on clamps those first 2 games. Clamps. It was bad. They was asking where was he.
No, I think he cooked
go look it up. Just go look it up. Hold on.
I thought he was cooking first game.
No, he was not cooking first game. Sorry, he was not. He was not cooking first game.
Look at the stats.
He was not cooking first. I mean, we got a box score right now. You know what I'm saying? We got a box score. You looking it up?
Yeah, he scored 19. It was 8 for 16.
A -4. They won that game? They won by a -4. Yeah. I wish we could see the matchups between him and OG.
I'm pretty sure there's something out there when OG guarded.
Yeah.
When OG guarded Pascal.
Oh, Pascal played well for game 1. I remember.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did play good.
He played well. He did because I was like, I remember saying to myself, that's why I know. I remember saying to myself, damn, OG really not about to be able to stop this guy.
He had 19 points.
But he shot 50. He didn't have a bad game. He shot 50%. He didn't lock him up. 50% is not good.
I mean, 50% is throughout the entire game on different players, right?
Still not a bad game. And he was scoring on OG.
He was
like
very
I remember.
Unimpactful. Only time he scored on OG was in transition when under the basket. I think it was like twice.
No, that wasn't even on OG.
Yes.
He had a mismatch.
Yes, but no, he got OG down deep. That was the only time.
Every other time
was misses. Every other time was misses.
The problem was it was the Pacers' fault because he was scoring and then they just went away from him and I stopped giving him the ball.
All right. Okay. What happened in game 2?
He got locked up. OG proved me wrong. Until he said, and then he was out. But Before that, I was a little scared. I was like, Pascal about to be like, I'm gonna cook this dude, and then OG was like, nah, it's not about to happen on series.
Yo, that's so funny.
Then I think Josh Hart locked him up.
It.
Josh Hart locked him up one game.
Nah, Josh Hart was getting his tail whipped.
Yeah, Josh Hart was not guarding him.
He had no chance.
He tried.
No, there was one game he played him pretty well.
There was one game he played him well. I think that was game 5.
Yeah. There was one game he played him well.
Yeah,
just
game
one.
5. Game 5, yeah.
And then he got hurt and it was over.
Yeah.
He couldn't do after that abdominal, he couldn't do
abdominal strain. Oh my God. Asking to be subbed out was crazy. I'd rather him twist his ankle than ask for a sub out.
Man. Let's just get to it. We already talking about the Knicks.
I was about to say, you might as well get to it.
Let's just get to it. Let's just get to it. Should they run it back or make changes? It's a lot of things happening. They got a lot of first round picks. 8 tradable first round picks, like 7 seconds or something like that. I don't even know why I'm guessing what is right in front of my face. They got 20 picks over the next 6 years.
Run it back.
Run it back?
Yeah. We've never got to see the Knicks at full potential. The entire year.
Mm-hmm.
And without that, you're 1 game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Without being at even half potential.
We were 1 game away. We were legit 20%. We lost 4
1 game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Run it back. You why not? Why?
Everybody,
why not?
No one runs it back, right? Like no one runs it back. You got to get you have to get better. There's always a way to get better. This team can get better, right? There's always a play.
But you don't know. We haven't seen what? You haven't seen it.
You're saying this could be a championship team right now.
Yes.
They are 1 year older. Bogey is 35 years old. He'll be 36 and then next season. What are we talking about?
I'm gonna break the tie right here. One says run it back. The other says get better. And I'm going to pick the latter. I agree with both of you.
What?
I agree with both of you. I do believe that we should run it back. We should see what this team looks like healthy. But on the other hand, Draymond is just ringing in my ears of the Hawks of I forgot what the team he said that had a good run. And they just,
he said the Hawks and the Portland Trailblazers.
Portland. They decided to just run the team back and pay those same players. And I'm a little nervous about that.
Neither one of those teams had a type of personnel that the Knicks have.
Yeah,
neither one of those teams had an identity like the Knicks have.
Yeah,
I get that, but
neither one of those teams had a bona fide superstar besides them.
You done? I get that.
Neither one of those. No, I'm just kidding.
but everybody else got better. They didn't keep their same team. Everybody else got better. Even we got better that year that the Hawks decided.
Yeah, the Hawks only had 1 star though, and Portland only had 1 star as well. So
understood.
As good as McCollum is, he's never been an all-star.
And also 1 star with mediocre role players.
Right.
Above average.
Call it what you want to call it.
But again, neither one of those teams had any identity. Like, you didn't know what you were going to get from those teams on any given night. Like, you didn't know what you were going to get. The Knicks, you know you're going to get a battle, tooth and nail, hard-nosed defense
for 40
every
minutes.
single night. Till the buzzer sounds. Whether the team is up 10, 15, or up 3.
So the reason
or they up 15. You're going to get it.
the reason I say run it back is I want to actually give Julius Randle one more chance. If he somehow does not show up in the playoffs again, we have to get rid of him. We have to move on from him. How many times are we gonna wait for him to see the what ifs? There's gonna be a what if thing. He's injury prone. If he gets hurt again for the next time, he'll be labeled as injury prone. He's never here for the playoffs. We got to move on, and we got to get better at that position.
He was here last year for the playoffs. He just struggled because
he was hurt. Oh, okay. So injury prone. Okay.
Last season, Julius played 46 games. This season, 46 games. He was hurt. He played 46 out of 46 games. Then he got hurt. Season before that, he played 77 out of 82 games. Right? Then got hurt. Came back. Then got hurt again. The same injury. Sat out. Year before that, he played 72 out of 72 games. He did not get hurt. Year before that, he played 64 games. He did not get hurt. Year before that, he played 73 games. He did not get hurt. The season before that, he played 74 out of 73 games. Now, he started 74 out of 73 games. He did not get hurt. So, I feel like to label him a injury-prone player is just misinformation at this point. Has he been injured recently? Yes. But a freak injury is a freak injury. It's not as if it's a muscle injury. It's not as if he's hurting the same thing over and over. He's not. He came down on someone's foot, and that's how he hurt himself. Something that Jalen Brunson happens to Jalen Brunson a lot of time. And he came down when he hurt his shoulder, it was a foul, right? It was an illegal move on the defender, and he ended up hurting his shoulder. Those are two freak injuries. Those are not someone that is prone to injuries. That's not the same thing. I think that's overblown completely.
New York is what have you done for me lately, team and fan base. So for the last 2 years, he's had 2 surgeries. One more year, then what? We just wait again next year?
No, it's not the same like as Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is injury prone. Julius Randle isn't injury prone. He's actually
I never said Randle was injury prone. I said
you just said it.
No, you didn't listen to me. I said if he gets hurt again, then the label will come injury prone. That's it. What have you done for me lately?
I think they definitely should make changes. I think the changes that they should make is their 8th, 9th man. I don't think they should change anything about their 7-man roster. Healthy.
I can agree with that.
7? Am I right with 7?
No.
Yeah, 7.
8, 9.
Yeah.
6 and 7 is McBride and Mitch.
No, 6 and 7 is Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
And
8, 9.
Oh, okay, right.
If you want to add McBride, that's 8. But then I felt like the 9th man is somebody that could be upgraded. So Bogey is perfect, right? Because he's an automatic bucket at that position, which is great. He comes in the game, he's 10 minutes, he'll score 15 points in 10 minutes, or you know what I mean, however long. He can load it up really quickly.
I don't trust him.
Say that again?
So I don't trust him.
He's situational. He's like it's like football where they have runners for short yardage. And then
I'd rather a shot creator.
He is a shot creator.
He's a shot creator.
He's just not a defender.
Ever since he's been on the team, nobody has played a zone. Because I forgot what team. One team played a zone and he came cooking. He was I forgot what team played a zone. I think it was the Heat. It might have been the Heat that played a zone. He came out frying that 2-3.
Yeah.
And we've never been played zone. People play a zone all the time. Since we got Bogey, they played it once. He cooked. They never played us in zone again.
Maybe it's because he's slow.
He is slow, but he cooks matchups. He's 6'10", right? No, I'm sorry, 6'7". He seems way bigger than what he actually is. But I feel like that's the position. That's the role that needs to be filled. A lot of people are talking about trades, and what the Knicks should do. They should go swing for the fence. I don't think so. I don't think that's what they should do. I don't think swinging for the fence makes sense. Who are you swinging for? I'm not trading for a 35-year-old, whatever you want to call a star. I don't think that's to be smart. I wouldn't give up.
What 35-year-old?
Paul George. That's the person that everybody's like saying. Like, I see a lot of people on Twitter saying Paul George.
I seen him trying to involve Julius Randle, and I think that's an NBA thing.
That's
you know what they
insane to me.
What move should they make? Why would we give up 3 picks for a younger player that's actually playing better?
That doesn't make any sense.
I hate when they do that. They always say, "Hey, the Knicks should give up their second best player and 3 picks for a 35-year-old." That makes sense. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Who's writing this? Who's writing this? Make no sense.
I think definitely from the depth aspect, I think you do upgrade those two spots, the 8th and 9th spot. I think that is smart. I could agree with that. I feel like those positions are a little expendable. I like McBride.
Yeah, but to
I
me,
McBride I had to be sold on McBride.
To me,
I wasn't too confident on him.
I wasn't either. He proved me wrong.
He's not a half court initiator, right?
Yeah.
However, he's an off guard, right? He's like instead of being a 3 and D, it's like he's like a 2 and D, right? Like point of attack and 3-pointer, and he can and he cuts, which is good. It's good to have.
HB had said this to open my eyes to him. I said, but he doesn't score. He's not a scoring guard or a playmaker. He said that's not what he's in there for. He's in there to play defense, and if he scores, that's a plus.
That's a plus.
That's a plus. And I was like, oh.
And he's been doing pretty well.
Averaging 17 points when he starts.
Yeah, shooting the ball. He changed that pace of series too.
Yeah.
Inserted him into the starting lineup.
Yep.
That changed a lot.
I say this, that was the worst move getting OG. I know he had the crowd hype, but we should have just kept it the same, man.
Yeah.
Momentum.
No, I agree. I agree.
Just kept it the same. You prepare different when you're starting. When you're coming off the bench, you prepare different. So him knowing that he's coming off the bench, he prepared a little bit different, and I think that kind of it faltered and they just went on a run. They went on a tear. They popped us. They popped the Knicks.
I just don't understand. Seeing the way he was running, why even play him?
Yeah. And then
you didn't see that in the workout? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like you see him running, like he made one shot and was like this, throwing up the court. I'm just like, he ain't coming back and get him out.
Yeah.
Like he can't play
get ready for next year. Get ready for next year.
I'm happy that he said it was his decision. He wanted to do that. So I said, "Oh yeah, shouts out to you. I need you to sit down. And now that I know that you're gonna resign because you wouldn't go out on a game 7 and just go play if you weren't gonna resign with this team, you would have to have been confident that you don't pick up a long-term injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that right there just showed me that he's dedicated to the team, to the franchise.
So you don't believe in the 35-40 million that he's going for on the market? That's what the rumors are saying?
No, I don't.
35-40 million?
No.
35-40 million is a little insane.
I think it's probably going to be like 30, 32.
And look, he's worth every penny, even 35-40.
I think he's worth 35.
I seen how he changed that. Yeah, I think so too. But to pay it and then have to worry about Julius
Injuries.
Randle. Have to worry about Jalen Brunson. We're still paying Josh Hart 19. We still got to re-sign Hardenstein.
OG get it how he get it. Like he's not one of those players you got to really worry about getting shots. Like he is out there to defend. Like and he's gonna knock down open shots. He's gonna finish around the rim. He's gonna keep the ball alive on the offensive rebounding. Like he's out there to do the little things at a very high level.
Mm-hmm.
He's worth it. It's just to have to pay it is going to be just hard because
I mean he's a defensive playmaker. Like Tip says all the time, he's a defense onto himself, and like he's a perfect piece.
I'm just saying, other players are going to have to take pay cuts.
Did him and Julius even play together?
Yeah, they had a winning record.
Come on, they did, right?
Yeah, they played. Yeah, they
January.
played.
Remember January?
Yeah, I forgot how many games. Their record was insane. It was like they was in 900 winning percentage.
How can you not run that back?
Well,
oh no, you run it back. Yeah, you definitely run it back. I don't think Julius is the person that you trade at all. Brunson is probably gonna take a pay cut because he's taking $100 million pay cut essentially, I believe.
Allegedly,
starting at he could start at 54.
56, right?
He could start at 54 next season or start at 39 going into next season. I mean, he could sign the 4-year 156 extension or the 5-year 270.
And you know what's crazy? You know why I know he's gonna take the pay cut? One, he's been rich. He don't need the money. And two, he's in New York. His endorsements are going crazy. Have you not seen the commercials that he's been in? His endorsements are going crazy. He's gonna make that money back easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
His podcast is going, so he's gonna take the pay cut. He'll get it back.
Too. Julius could do 4 for 181. 181. Which is good too.
Yeah, trade it.
There we go. Here we go with this trade in.
Just look. Hopefully, I'm wrong, and he's healthy.
I think the person that I will
go deep in the playoffs.
I think if we do make an upgrade, because I didn't say anybody, it will be DeMar DeRozan. It will be DeMar DeRozan for him to run the second unit. He can play the 1 through the 4. Is he gonna be somebody that's going to be okay with taking that back row? Because we can sign him for $375 for 3. You know what I'm saying? We could sign and trade. We could give him $25 million. I give him 25. He's making 28 this year. He just made 28. I give him 25, 20. Bojan is making 19.
There's so much factors that have to go into that. First, he's gonna have to want to make less and want to come off the bench. That's 2 main factors there.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Do you want to come off? Yeah. Do you want to come off the bench? You're 35. Do you want to come off the bench and make less
and win the championship?
Sound? Yeah, that's all. And that's the other side. That's the way. But it's literally it's not enticing where you can go to Philly and play with an MVP and start. You can stay on the Bulls. Get paid more and start.
I think
they do.
I think you're
for some reason over there. They believe they have something.
No, they don't. So
I don't know.
Listen.
Yes, they do believe that. Yes, they do believe that.
I believe that DeMar DeRozan cares more about winning the championship than starting on a losing team. That's what I believe. That's just what I believe. I believe that he cares more about his legacy because if he's with the Knicks for the next 3 years, they can win 2 championships out of the next 3 years. If they win 2 out of the next 3 and go to the next 2, they're in the finals, 2 out of the next 3 finals. Let's just say that, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a major factor off the bench to be doing that. That changes his whole legacy.
for you to talk about legacy and him coming off the bench to have to win a championship is going to be crazy to him.
How? Chris, what do you think? I'm tripping?
Oh, some players have these egos, bro, and they. Not to say he don't deserve to have an ego, because DeMar DeRozan has been that dude, and it's like when you know who you are as a player, it's like some players just know they won't be comfortable in that role. Like you know what you can still give to the game. Like when you look at Russ, look how long it took him to accept this.
Yeah.
Like
DeMar,
Russ went from averaging 30-point triple doubles to fighting to stay on the team and being Patrick Beverly.
That's tough.
I mean, Bojan was averaging 20 points and 33 minutes a game on a losing team starting. He said, I'd rather come off the bench, take 15 minutes.
No, he did not say that. He ain't never say that. He got traded. Stop it. He ain't say that. He did not say that. He did not say that. Stop it. It doesn't make any sense. He was gonna run with
that too. He said it.
Yeah, he said it. He ain't say that. You don't speak Slovenian. You don't know what he said. You making up stuff now. Now you really try to get DeMar. Look, I'm on your side because I'm a Knicks fan. For me to sell it to DeMar, this is what I would say. I said, hey, Iggy went to the bench. He won a ring. You can be our Iggy.
It's a fact. Even though we got Josh Hart, you can be our Iggy.
That's the selling point. You could be our Iggy. That's the selling point.
I really need you to be our Bojan.
He could be their Livingston.
Exactly. And let Iggy be. Let Josh Hart be their Iggy.
But
it makes sense.
He came in for Curry though. That's different. It changes they play style. Livingston came in for Curry.
Okay, DeRozan can come in for Brunson. He played point guard.
I guess.
He
can definitely come in for Brunson.
And he can be effective in that mid range.
Exactly.
It worked.
I can see that. I guess I can see that. Yeah, he definitely can.
Livingston and Iggy right there.
Josh Hart comes in for OG. Julius.
Let him sit and then let Jalen Brunson and
let Deuce
Julius
come in. Deuce come in for Devo.
Yeah, shooting gonna be atrocious.
How?
Guess it's all gonna be all layups. Josh Hart's not the best shooter. DeMar DeRozan's not the best shooter. All we have is McBride.
And we got Mitchell Robinson, the best offensive rebounder with a bunch of bad shooters. It makes sense.
Sounds good to me. Boy gonna have a double-double.
He gonna be getting mad boards in the second half. I mean, in the second.
Especially with that lineup.
Yeah.
That's the selling point for DeMar. I would like DeMar on the team. It's just it's up to him and his ego. Does he want to take a lesser role, less money to potentially win a championship? You could be our Iggy. I mean, you could be our Livingston.
So
we need his phone number.
So we can tell him.
No worry, I'm gonna tag him. Don't worry, I'll cook up a masterpiece.
So my player was DeMar DeRozan. Who do you guys think will be a good addition if they did make an addition? Because they do have 2 picks. What are they gonna do with those picks? They got 24 and 25, I believe, or 24 and 26, something like that. What are they gonna do? What are they doing with those picks? They're not keeping it. They ain't playing no 2 first rounders.
Hey man, look. We run it. We're gonna run it back because I think we're a tier 1 team up there with OKC, up there with Boston healthy. I think we'll be competing for the 1-2 seed healthy. We take those picks, we draft them, get rid of our Thanasis. that's just a symbol that the game is over. We're either up by 20 or down by 20. That's and I think this is our Dwayne Washington. I forgot their names. It's three of them. It's three of them. They come in. Daquan Jeffries, yeah. So we just replaced them with some younger guys that we can develop. I think they're not going to play, so just use it. Because I can't see it. I don't see a trade worth a player and that would just come off our bench for that pick 24, 25. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't see a player worth both of those picks.
Chris?
Yeah, I think this draft is deep.
You got somebody?
I said Paul George earlier when we spoke. I know you against it, but I just think his ability to fill it up, defend. I'll say why not.
If Paul George,
he for sure starts.
He starts over Devo.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And you not trading
and that upgrades your bench even more. Having Devo come off the bench.
Shooters. But look, here's the thing too. Can he share the third option with OG?
This is what I'm saying.
Is his ego able to do that?
Can he share the third option with I feel like
OG?
adding Paul George was gonna just take so much away from Jalen Brunson. I think what makes Jalen Brunson so tough is the fact that you got Devo right next to him who's shooting 40-something% and he's getting 10 of them, 12 of them up. And he can fill it up. You can't leave him.
Can't leave Paul George either though.
Right.
You can step over because he's gonna try to ISO you.
Imagine Julius. Look. Imagine Julius. Imagine Julius going down. Imagine Julius is on the bench. Now you got OG at the 4, Hardenstein at the 1, Jalen Brunson at the 2, Devo at the 3, and now you got all these shooters doing a pick and roll.
Nah, that sounds like no rebounds.
That offense would look crazy. You can't guard that offense.
I feel like Paul George would disrupt the culture.
Why you say that? I think he's cut from this cloth.
You think so?
Once upon a time. Once upon a time.
His Indiana days?
Yeah, probably Indiana. Maybe a little bit of
Indiana
OKC.
Paul George, not Clipper Paul George.
Not OKC Paul George? That's when he played the second fiddle. He played the second fiddle.
We don't want him to be second fiddle. We want him to be fourth.
We want to be third.
Third or fourth.
But he was third. Did he average more than Russ though?
He still was the second fiddle.
That was his best season.
Yeah, it was.
Still was the second fiddle. That was Russ' team.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's OKC.
Yeah,
he could do.
I'm cool.
If he could tap into that for 2 years.
It's the culture, though. It's the culture of a team.
It's the culture.
When he was in Indiana, he had the cult. They had a culture. They had an identity. Right. The Clippers were struggling. The Clippers were struggling with identity this year. Yeah. Talking about they don't know who they are. Like, come on.
No, I don't see Paul. I don't see Paul George coming here and disrupting the culture. I don't.
Because Tibbs is gonna let you know what's expected.
Right. And Tibbs don't have a problem benching him.
You'll sit your behind down.
He don't benching Paul George.
He benching Paul George.
He's not benching Paul George. And we're gonna have to see Paul George go.
Especially he loves Devo. He loves Devo. So knowing Devo's on your bench, I can see him benching Paul George.
I can't see two players on my team go 8 for 24. I only want one.
It's so funny you think he's getting 18 shots.
Who? I said 8 for 24.
He's not getting no 18 shots.
That's 24 shots.
Listen, OG's about to take a leap next season. And we run it back. But I do think we should upgrade that Boyan.
One more year.
We'll see what happens. NBA early off-season moments. One that took the cake for me is the Cavs firing their coach. And it's really because and them not knowing what's gonna happen with it's the whole Cavs situation. Like them not knowing what's gonna happen with Donovan Mitchell because is he gonna resign? Is he gonna extend? Blah blah blah. They got Mobley playing the 5. He balls out. Jared Allen.
I think that was the best thing. That's at a I don't know what I want to say, but like.
But you cut me off. You better say something.
No, the high like
the highlight.
Seeing the high point of their whole season was Mobley playing the 5.
I agree.
Yeah. A high point. There's a better way to say
highlight.
No, it's not highlight.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. No go ahead. I'm sorry.
But Garland possibly being traded. I don't think Donovan Mitchell is a 1A player. I don't think he's a player that can lead you to the promised land. If he's your best player, you're not gonna be that good. No, whoa. If he's your best player, you're not gonna be able to make it to the finals. I don't think he plays the kind of style. I think he's more of a 2.
Undersized at that.
He needs a Luka next to him. I think he's like Kyrie, or he's just gonna be Dame.
Yeah. I was gonna say that he's right on the cusp.
Yeah,
he's right on the cusp.
Yeah, he has a lot of playoff first round success.
Yes.
I want to touch on the whole coaching thing. I just feel like it's like, what do you want coaches to do? It's like you don't have your best player available. You don't have your best rim protector available.
Right.
And you lose a series in 7 games. No, you won a series. Who did they lose to? Boston, right?
Yeah.
Boston.
They beat Magic. They lost to Boston.
Yeah.
Right. So
excuse me. And he didn't.
Mind you, while making the series competitive.
Yeah.
Making it competitive. And then they lost their best players, and you lose to the finals, to the NBA champion favorites of the year, while not having your best player. I just don't understand what's the cause for firing your coach.
Yeah.
While we see other coaches lose and they're getting extensions, they're losing. They're losing with more talent and getting extensions. I just don't. I just don't.
Eric, would you say Eric Spoelstra, Ty Lue?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Even Caron Butler got an extension, and he's an assistant.
I just don't understand. Like, what do you expect? Like, what do you want a coach to do if your best player is not on the floor?
JB Bickerstaff took over this team. They were 14-40. Right.
Oh, goodness.
He then took them over. They went 22-50 first season with him. Second season, 44-38.
Improvement.
Third season, 51-31. That's when they got
lost in the first round to the Knicks.
Lost in the first round to the Knicks with Donovan Mitchell, and then 48-34. Lost in the second round. So I mean, that's a coach that's improving,
elevated every year
after year after year after year. Why do you disrupt that?
And then you set your team back, and then Cleveland just falls right back to the bottom of the pack. That's what happens. Like, it's a consistency.
You saying that maybe I might have the answer. They don't have a culture. They did improve, but what's their identity? What are they?
That's true.
I mean, it's hard. Again, it's hard to build an identity when your best player's out most of the
year. I
yeah,
get it, but
go ahead, honey. Elaborate.
Julius was out. We knew our identity. Even when OG was out. We're a defensive-minded team. We're not a scoring team. OG was out. Our best defender. Everyone still played defense. Everyone still had that grit.
Brunson is still your best player.
The Heat.
They didn't lose their best player.
Jimmy Butler was not there.
It's not about winning and losing, though, Chris. It's about the culture and the identity. Like, we don't know what they do. They got big men who don't play big.
I get it. I elaborated. I valued that point earlier.
You know what I mean? Like, they're soft, right? It's weird, right? Your four is your four should be a 5, a stretch 5, but you got him as a stretch 4.
Right.
Because you have a big that
super uncomfortable there.
What is he doing there?
He has to hit the weight room.
Your wings, all your wings suck.
Yeah, and then 2 guards. They're not 3 and D. They're just D.
Besides Strus.
Strus is a baller. That was a good pickup. Yeah. He's a rotational player. He's a baller.
They think they tried to have us nervous.
You say us. You gotta. I don't know what that means.
The Knicks. They tried to have the Knicks nervous when they signed him during the offseason.
Who, Donovan Mitchell?
The Cavs. They signed Max Strus, to try to get us nervous.
Bro, if the Knicks played the Cavs in a series this season, they're with OG, they win in 5.
And look, that's another reason why I didn't want to see the Heat. It's because of their culture. It's not because of the play. It's because of their culture. They have a way. They just have a I don't know, something about that culture, man. They just find players and they get it done. The Cavs, I was not scared of. Boston, I wasn't scared of.
I think the Cavs are going to be mediocre for the next couple of seasons. I think they're going to be. They can easily be a really good team, but I feel like they're on the road to be the Atlanta Hawks that Draymond Green was talking about. The Knicks was going to be. They're on their way to beat Atlanta Hawks.
And let them lose Donovan Mitchell.
I honestly think them making a decision on Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell might really help the team.
Donovan Mitchell's a free agent, no?
He got one more year. He got one more year. If he don't sign it, then this is what I heard. If he doesn't sign it, they're gonna think about moving
they're gonna trade him.
But
they have to trade him.
Yeah.
If he don't sign the extension,
trade him. Yeah, he's gonna walk. He's gonna walk for nothing.
Yeah, walk for nothing. Yeah. And you could get a lot. They got what? 4 picks for him? 3?
They sent 5.
They gave up 3.
3 first rounders, 3 first rounders, and 2 pick swaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Laurie Marketing, who became an all-star. Colin Sexton, I think he's a rotational player. I don't remember who else was there.
He's the LeBron James of the McBrides. He is. Sexton is LeBron James of the McBrides.
I can't, bro. Eyesonpodium podcast. You guys got any other moments before we go?
Is he not? LeBron James of the McBrides.
All right, bro. You got anything, Chris?
You have to agree.
Brodie James staying in the draft.
You love pushing my buttons, boy. You love pushing my buttons. That's funny.
Yo,
get me off this show.
Crazy.
Get me off this show.
Eyesonpodium podcast. We out of here.
I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time and place, we can talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next June, need 5 rooms, soundproof. Watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out of it. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it.